Ken, your ability to speak Lushootseed is somewhat rare in this area. Would you please tell us how you learned and how it feels to be able to speak Lushootseed?
Sure, Edie. I'd love to. I came to Lushootseed late in life, as an adult. And for some background, I'm retired from the Boeing company in flight operations engineering, where I was also employed in the same company in tool engineering. So my thinking is more along the analytical minds, the engineering mindset. And so I had attended language classes, in traditional language classes, where people would say, this is the name of a cat, this is the name of a dog, this is the name of a river, a salmon, a coyote, and these kind of things. And it never really stuck with me. And so I began to create my own, what I call cheat sheets. And I read our Lushootseed dictionary. I understood the rules. I understood present tense, past tense, gender, and how all of these things fit together. The language has been called polysynthetic, where you just mash a whole bunch of concepts onto a root and you end up with a thought. So what happened was that I had laid down all of my lessons, and then in 6 months had gone by, and I picked up my work, and all of a sudden the words exploded off of the page. And it was just like in the movies, where these words just separated. And I could see the root, and I could see the gender, and I could see the suffixes. I could see the vowel harmonization going on. And so all of a sudden I could talk. And that the only thing I had to do was learn the root words. And so that made learning the language immensely easier for me, because I already understood all the other rules. And so I just had to apply the rules to what I was trying to say. And so when you hear me say things like la lil, this word, it means come short. La lil disiyaya dishapada alo duabs. In my head, I see all the words exploding, coming together. And what I just said was, come ashore, my friends, onto this land of the ancient Duwamish. And this is what my grandfather said. You know, when I say grandfather, we know we're talking great-great-great-grandfather, Chief Seattle. Just the other day, you know, we're just past November 13th, and November 13th of 1851, he stood on the shores of Alki and he said something like, La lo disiyaya, come ashore, my friends. You are welcome here onto this land of the Duwamish. And so this is what it sounds like when we're speaking. And these words just come very easy to me with this knowledge of how the language works. And the only place I've been able to actually attend a language class and just sit down and be comfortable and learn is at the University of Washington, where they have indigenous language classes there, and they teach it exactly the way that I taught myself. They have the same roots, they have the same, what I call cheat sheets, and so they mash it all together, and you can learn how to speak Lushootseed in a relatively short period of time in a competent way. So that's how I learned.
Thank you.
It has a beautiful sound and rhythm, doesn't it?
It does.
Gosh, it's just amazing to hear you say those words. Say it again.
Which one?
The one that's Seattle.
Quiddy.
The one that Seattle, when he was welcoming the people.
Oh, I like La Lil. Come short.
Yeah.
So today what we say is La Lil Bak de Siaya o Kita da Squeswa Tuf de Radisha Parate Alo Duabs. What I said there was come ashore, all the people of the word. Keep, surrounding. Squeswa Tuf, the Mother Earth. Atzatzit
Yes.
people. Come ashore, that Gui de Siaya Adisha that you are welcome here.
I want to ask you about one word, Atilkalbu. The word that was used to describe the people as a whole, not the Duwamish, not the Duwamish.
Yeah, you see it different than I'm used to hearing it.
Well, yeah, because I'm not a Lushootseed speaker, so I'm massacring the word.
Yeah, Buf is like Stokobuf.
Yeah, that's right.
It's another way of saying people.
Yes.
And what?
Atilkalbu.
Atil Talib. I haven't heard this word before, but
It was the one that You know, so people like to say, well, you're Puget Sound Salish. Well, the only Salish people lived around Flathead Lake in Montana, so there's no Salish living here. But there is, but there are all these names of the groups like Duwamish, Snohomish, Puyallup, Nisqually, there's all these names, but then there's a general name, and I learned this only recently, Atitalbir, which means basically, these are the people the Dokwe changer put here onto this earth. And that describes all the people in the Puget Sound area.
Well, I know what Atitalbir is,
Yeah,
and that's people.
yeah, that's the
Oh,
word,
okay,
yeah,
okay, well.
people, just
Yeah.
the people. But it would be the same thing as saying we're Americans, but we could say we're, as you say,
Atitalbir.
yeah. So that's a proper word, better than Puget Sound Salish, would you agree?
Yeah, you're a
Yeah.
human.
Yeah, you're a human being. We're just, that's wonderful, I love that, yes.
And Bach means everybody.
Yes, yes. Oh, God, that's great. That is wonderful.
So it would be that's good leadership. Bach, Atitalbir, Sali Okitidasqueswatuvtid Aslakyo, which is we're simply giving thanks to all the people that are alive on the planet, Mother Earth today. So we recognize that we're all part of everything. And so we're part of the ground and the trees and the berries
Isn't this great?
and so it's really quite easy to save the world if you understand that you're part of it.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yes, wonderful.